أبي رقية تميم بن أوس الداري رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: الدين النصيحة. قلنا: لمن؟ قال: لله ولكتابه ولرسوله ولأئمة المسلمين وعامتهم. رواه مسلم.
Moving forward, he says this hadith, or these hadiths, they also teach us the permissibility of making a signal in the salah. Of making a what? A signal. That's going to come later on when the Prophet ﷺ, he says, Ashara ilayhim. He pointed to them to do what? Anijlisu. To do what? He pointed, he waved his hand to do what? To sit down. So this shows us that it's permissible to do something in the salah of movement with conditions. And we've explained this before, and we'll explain it again. And this is extremely beneficial, extremely important, and very practical for the 9-to-5 Muslim, especially in the age of technological terror, in which is a cell phone. You go off in a salat, the phone starts ringing, a crazy ringtone. Everybody understand this? Loud. The person is so ignorant or has been taught that you cannot move in the salah. And the salah is absolute mummification. The music is blasting in the salah, the people's salah, and he can't move to what? Send it to voicemail or cut it off. Because it's haram to what? Move in the salah. And that's a bad scale and poor dates, as the Arabs say. 2 black eyes. Your scale is off, and the actual product is what? It's daif. Everybody understand this? And our common cultural cliches. Your scale is off, and the product is what? It's watery. It's cut. Everybody understand this? This is what they say. You have a bad scale, and the dates are what? Low grade. So you can't move in the salah, which is wrong. Then you have the music blasting in the salah. So now you disturb everybody because it's haram to what? Move in the salah. And then there's some brothers who move so much in their salah. Scratch, itch, or their scarf, the gutra. They have to prettify, make it every single salah. It got to be perfect. This is a reality. Or the beards, or make sure your clothes are right. Every single rak'ah. Hair, the dude got to be what? Just right in the salah. My robe, my cloak. And they keep moving, and it's as if they're praying for a fashion show. And that's a what? That's a problem. Where some people, they play with their phones in the salah, fiddling with their phones. You know what I mean? It's real. So is it permissible to move in the salah? Can you make a movement in the salah? I know he says 2 things you can do in the salah here. This hadith teaches us. And once again, this is organic fiqh here. Is what? Organic fiqh. Directly taken from the hadith. He says, Jawazul ishara. The permissibility to point in the salah. Fard and nafil. Such as someone entering and giving you the salams. Assalamu alaikum. You say what? I'm understanding this? Only with the ishara. Tayyib. Or let's say it's an emergency or something very important. And it says, where's my phone? Mathalan. You say what? If it was a need, somebody has to go. You're praying, someone's down the steps, the delivery man at the door. Mathalan. Something very important. Hypothetically speaking, it's very what? Very important. Oh, my keys. My keys. I got to move my car. My car's going to get towed right now. Where are my keys? See my keys. He's talking and you're what? You're praying. It's permissible to do what? وهكذا. Everybody clear on this or not? Or take a movement in the salah. He says, وَالْعَمَلَ الْقَلِيلِ. A small, brief action. And there are other hadiths that are specific on this, such as opening up a what? A door. Or moving to protect your sutra. Or stopping somebody, thumping them in the chest. Clotheslining them from what? Trying to walk between you and your sutra. We explained that in detail in our lessons on the what? The sutra. So it's permissible to move in the salah if there is a need. It doesn't have to be a dire need, but a need. So let's say, for example, it's permissible to scratch yourself in the salah because this is really itching and I cannot focus and concentrate unless I do what? But then I can't keep doing this. But methane, you got a real bad, let's say your hand is really, really itching, methane, you scratched it once. It's one thing. Or you took a step to stand where the heat is. It's cold where you are, you can't focus. Everybody understand this? Or shade, or anything that is from the ways of perfecting your khushu'. That's recommended to do that. And if it's a way to something that's pertaining to your salah being obligatory or nullified, then you must move. Such as removing something which is impure. Let's say you realize that when you went to the bathroom, some urine splashed on your khuffain. You realize that, you remembered it. You have to do what in the salah now? Unzip it and take off the khuf. It's wajib to move in the what? In obligatory. You cannot stand still. Everybody understand this? Everybody, so the salah and moving the salah is different levels. Sometimes it's obligatory, facing the qibla. You're facing the wrong direction. Someone says, it's to the right. You now have to do what? You have to move. There's not an option. Harming the believers, distracting the believers, vilifying Allah's masjid with your phone. You may have to what? Move it and cut off your phone. Everybody understand this? So sometimes moving the salah is mandatory. Sometimes moving the salah is recommended. Sometimes moving in the salah is haram. Sometimes it's disliked and sometimes it's just mubah. So the ulama of Islam, they say if the movement in the salah is based off of a need and it's yasir, it's light, it's not a major movement, and the af'al are not mutataliya, mutakarrira, mutawaliya, consistent, back to back, you keep doing the same thing, then it's okay. Such as taking a step. Let's say you had to take 3 steps. You would take the steps and pauses. Take 1 step, take another step, and then take a what? A 3rd step. Taking all 3 steps all at once. Everybody clear on this or not? So it is permissible to do what? Move in the salah. It's permissible to do what? Make a signal what? In the salah. Based off of the madhab of this imam. Sahih. Naam? Doesn't mean that it's not what this imam and this madhab says too. But we've taken our stuff what? Right from the garden. Everybody understand this? We grew it, we picked it, we cut it, we washed it, so on and so forth. Everybody understand this or not?